Hey, all. We're back in the camera-based autonomous driving system project, where we have a forward-facing camera and perception system item definition loaded from components here in the safety case workflow. We currently have a function-defined interfaces, operating modes, but no uploaded system diagram or ODD context yet. And as a result, we have all of these existing hazards, a bunch of traced FSC items, so safety goals and FSRs, some categories for dependent failures. We don't yet have any dependent failures themselves, and a technical safety concept that's messed up, some system design that's messed up, VNV that's messed up, and a safety case that's messed up. So we're going to see what happens, at least for the first bit, when we make changes to this project. So we're going to start with an ODD definition that I'm going to paste in. So I'm going to paste in this definition that includes the roadway types that are covered, the speed range that's covered, the environmental conditions, and the traffic conditions, and the operational constraints. So as you can tell, this is an L2 system, AEB. So we have some really nice operational constraints in terms of driver role. So we're going to start this for the purpose of mutating the existing safety case. And then we'll come back and later we'll see how this shows changes given changes to the ODD. So the goal is ultimately going to be to find edge cases that emerge from this. Okay, so what you can do now you've pasted this in is you see everything's been marked as needs update except for the one that had never been generated before. And we can click generate all below to pump these through. So you can see this came really fast because I just run this with the same ODD. And so you can see that from the cache, it populated some added hazards. So for example, this added hazard, the forward-facing camera fails to detect a pedestrian, which was added due to increased analysis of environmental limitations. So something really specific that came from the ODD context that was there. Then there are some that are unchanged, like forward-facing camera provides incorrect classification of traffic objects due to sensor noise. So that's like a canonical example that was here before. And then you have some modified items. So AV system activates unexpectedly due to false positive detection of obstacles, which was prior analysis showed better clarity on unexpected activation risks, necessitating a reevaluation. So activation risks are now considered slightly differently due to that new ODD that's defined. So what we're going to do is now that we've defined these as unchanged, modified, added, etc., we'll be able to surface the ones that are most important to consider. And that's how we're going to directionally show you the highest risk edge cases, the stuff that's really hard to find. Okay. And yeah, you can see that because nothing else was really meaningful in the FSC before, there's nothing too much that shows up there. And we don't show any tracing here because we haven't yet enforced tracing on every item. But you can start to see some tracing when we go into failure analysis, where you see which category different failures were derived from. So this one was derived, it was a random hardware failure of the camera leading to total loss of video feed. That's going to be one of the ways that we infer technical safety requirements. And this was of the category hardware random failures. So one of the enforcements we're going to put in place soon is the ability to ensure that every failure that's listed has to be traced back to a category. So you don't get all these random failures in this randomly selected failures in this category. Same goes in the TSC. There's only one derived from this failure and another from this one. And we're instead going to have everything. And then same for system design, VNV, and finally the safety case. So let's wrap this up by just saving this. And those of you who have access to this project will be able to come in and check this one out immediately. And those of you who don't can hit us up to request it. Thanks.